Hello and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3, playing as Japan on Super Large ++. It's episode 81, meaning 1945 has arrived, so we have a lot of stuff to cover with not only the normal start of year review, but also the 5-year retrospective and some planning ahead to do, I think. So let's go into the game and have a look. And by that I mean let's instead look at some PowerPoint slides. So it's 1945. We've been playing for a great many years, 55 years to be precise, and we have 25 years more to cover, so the game isn't exactly over yet, but we are definitely, I would say, approaching the end game. The 50s, that's the end game. 60s, that's just icing, gravy, whatever you want to call it. We are at peace. My alliances are non-existent after Italy cancelled our little wartime agreement. That happened in 1943, however, so nothing's changed really. The democratic nations of the world have united, so the US and Great Britain are finally aligned. It should bring in Italy as well. Italy is at least a limited democracy, because we actually have a fascist axis that goes through Europe. We have the communists and we have the Democrats. I have included a little star on Italy since they are a limited democracy. We are still Eastern, so I think I'll remain Eastern. No plans to change that. I stole another subtech from Germany, but I didn't notice, so I guess. But we got tensions up from like 2-3 points max to 2 at 7, so that's very good. We could even possibly manage to push this into a war relatively quickly, but at least we won't suffer any loss of budget. Growth was quite good, well over 2,000, so we have reached the 64,000 mark. Colony resources dwindled slightly because of time. Again, this gets a bit silly. But anyway, budget modifier is up from 16 to 20 through some events, and unrest is also up, unfortunately, but we are now really spending a lot on the Navy. Build is excellent. Reserves are also excellent. This is all around excellent. So let's keep on. US is still about 10% bigger than us, like we talked about last time. Nothing's really changed there. We continue to grow, but of course the US grows a little more because they have a bigger base. I have a Germany-sized navy now with very good quality overall. I have started building my battle cruisers. I have 4 powerful battle cruisers with 17-inch guns building. I'm waiting to transition to jet carriers. I don't really want to build a lot of extra prop carriers. I might actually rebuild my smaller carriers, see if there is something to be gained there. Not building any CVLs. I just wish having some CVLs with a small task force would sort of give an increased chance of them appearing in battle to provide some cover for you. I'm not saying I won't build any. Could be I build a couple just for fun to see if we can get some mileage out of them. I'm building 4 powerful heavy cruisers. Not sure if I will build more. Maybe a couple more. We'll see. We have other priorities as well. Fast battleships, jet carriers, that sort of thing. I am starting to near the end of my light cruiser spree. I have 4 more building. Once they are done, I have 12,000 ton light cruisers. Those are my core. And I have 12 less capable that I can rebuild to 33 knots. And I have those 3 colonial cruisers. Yeah, whatever. Destroyers are being rebuilt. I've rebuilt the big ones or are almost done with that. So now it's rebuilding the sub hunters and the minesweepers. I'm building 1 sub. and my aircraft are stable for now. Research was pretty good. Armor, hull, ship design, armor-piercing torpedoes. We stole a skipped subtech. I don't remember which, but teardrop hull was the last one last year as well, so it was something from further down the tree. More cap from tactics. We got 2 AA. Those were auto-loaded dual-purpose 3-inch and the main bat AA shells. Kind of like the Yamatos could fire 18-inch anti-aircraft shells. What a stupid, stupid idea. Just the wear on the barrels, there's not worth it. No. We got a crazy 3 radar techs, some further up the tree. The important part is that we now have search and fire control radar 4. That is immensely important. That means we can build ships to radar 5, which is all we are ever going to need unless we build for... Because there is no radar 6 in the game. But you can build for radar 6 to give yourself more top space by paying a premium amount of tonnage on... No. We got ejection seats. We are still missing a skipped tech that will give us night fighters. That is unfortunate and inconvenient. Unfortunately, it is applied immediately once we get it, so yeah. Lots of stuff happening on the aircraft front, sort of an extension of last year. We are getting a new dive bomber that is, it's not worlds apart from the old one, but you can see that it is overall more capable, except it can carry less bombs. Hoping for a B model perhaps, but the important part is the speed, the range, and medium air-to-surface missiles too. Let's be honest about that. It's not the bombs, but sometimes you run out of missiles. Often you run out of missiles, and then you need bombs. Fighter still unknown. We are researching fighters again, so 1 is ready in a turn. We have light jet fighters in 3. The already excellent torpedo bomber got a B model that we didn't really do much. It gave it 1 more firepower, I guess. That's it, really. Yeah. And it can carry some more bombs. Right. Yeah. I think I will develop a new patrol boat next, then a jet fighter, then a torpedo bomber, but I'm not entirely sure. What happened during the last 5 years? We had a magnificent increase in base resources. We are back where we should be, almost 20% up. We grabbed a bunch of extra possessions. Some of this is war reparations, both from Great Britain and France, although we took most of the reparations in colonies, and this is actually significant. And we're taking the colonies because of basing, okay? We got Panama through an event. We took Ireland, New Brunswick, New Providence, so we have heavy presence in Northern Europe and in the Caribbean and northeast coast of America. We've solidified our position in the Med with Corsica. We have taken Senegal, so we have something in West Africa. Then we grabbed Kenya, Zanzibar, Papua, and Samoa as well. Budget is up by 20% nearly, and this was with 22 during wartime. This is during peacetime. Yeah, there should be a percentage here, but it's not important. We have fought a total of 10 wars thus far. That is pretty good. That is 1 war every 5.5 years, including the duration of the wars. That varies from a little over a year to 3 or more years. So I think we've been to war more than we have been at peace. This is actually more wars than I usually fight. We have near total control of the Indo-Pacific. You can't kick Great Britain out from India and Western Australia. You can take Eastern and New Zealand, and this is the Solomons, and France have New Caledonia. But other than that, we have total control. And yeah, the US still controls Alaska. The Mediterranean is so well controlled, both in terms of basing, airfields, and everything, that it's nearly a home area. We have a very strong position in Northern Europe, both in terms of basing, air cover, and everything. And we have footholds in the Americas and even the West Coast here. So, yeah, we have a highly competitive fleet and we are building for the future. So, our position is stronger than ever. The only thing that can contest us is sort of an alliance between Great Britain and the US, because they could annoy us in Europe, while we also have to fight with too few bases along the eastern coast here and in the Caribbean. So other than that, there is sort of no challenge left in the game. Yeah, the classic power ranking. I think Russia has dwindled, and they are on par with Italy now, both in terms of economy, tech, and also fleet tonnage. Yeah. Plans. Well, we're planning for the end game, which is a war with the US in the 50s, or more wars with the US in the 50s. Would probably take 2-3 wars. That would be fine. Transition to the missile era, yes. Build more CVs, modernize, and like I said, grab missiles when they become available. So a war in a few years would be ideal. And my preferred opponent is actually this unholy Axis. I wish they would ally, and we could seize Norway and some other odd colonies, and also demolish the German fleet, which is the only non-US fleet of any size. And then, beyond the 1950 mark, sometime in the 50s, we could trash the US-Great Britain alliance. And that's all I have to say about that. I don't have any new designs right away. I certainly will be introducing. I looked at non-angled flight deck jet carrier, but again, like I said, if we only have light jets now, and not even that, there is no point. So we can instead bring up a version of this where we aim for 119 planes. We can actually do 119 just on this tonnage. I don't really think that's so useful. So we could do this, and we could take off the mag box. We could extend this to 3 inches. We could do like extended like this, and I still think we can. I think it's 47,200. That's the limit. Yes. This would not be horrible, and we can just keep the extra. Oh, we need TPS 4, of course. Yeah, we could keep the little bit of extra thing there, but it would not be the. Let's do the whole show. Yeah, I said I didn't have another design, but it's not really another design. CV 1945 whole show. I think that is how we will make it inclined, just so it can cost more money. Don't think we can do reliable. That's one bridge too far. I don't want to do like 6 inches on the turret tops and all of that jazz. I think that gets a bit too gamey even for me, but this I can definitely see working. Yeah, this is sort of a bridge between the old and the new. So let's develop the whole show. And we can also have a look at our latest ED. Is that the most modern one? Because we did have a handful of text, that means we might want to update it specifically to see if we can. This means no radar 5, right? But I think that's fine. You can have mortars. How much would radar 5 be? That's a lot. But on the other hand, we could take down the torpedoes a little bit, because triple torpedoes with reloads, I think that should be sufficient for now. It's too heavy for us. Yeah, 60 tons, that's actually too much. But do we really need radar 5 on them? No. We could do this and just have it as a pure beat thingy. Not bother with mines. How bad is a long... Oh, that was horrible. And this is the... Yeah. Do we have IE? No, I don't think we have this from DD 1945. I'm not sure if I'm gonna build it, but yeah, I really like the torpedo defense thing. Oh, right. We have the advanced director. We can do this, and we can give it 6 mines as well, because why not? Then we can look at the Katsuragis, because diesels and 33 knots, that's definitely doable. Electro-optical directors. This stuff is all fine. Could tweak things around, but I'm not gonna. 5 Edo's fine. How many can I fit? 40 MAA. 40 lights. Can I get 48? Yeah, that's fine. Have more ammo. 115. Is that even worthwhile? I mean, I'm not using the tonnage for anything else. Can I get 120? No. Let's be happy with 115. Yeah. Because then I will have my new built battle cruisers at 33 and 4 rebuilt, so I will have 8 16 and 17-inch battle cruisers that can go 33 knots. I think that will be very useful. Let's check if all statuses are okay, that I don't have anything in Northeast Asia. Let's just reserve off all them, but that seems a bit harsh. Can we actually make something out of these older carriers? Let's look at that. They are diesels. If I replace, I get 1,000 tons. I can make these into 4-inch guns. Dual purpose. 250 shots. Electro-optical. Have to add more, of course. Port, starboard. Double turret. Okay. We will need to move them, but that's not my point. What about 28? 28, that fits. edge lifts. Okay, that took up some space. But it's still 29 knots, so 30 knots, that's better. And it's just 74. Still pretty slow. So I could have a semi-capable carrier here at it costs a pretty penny. I don't hate it. And it would serve me quite well for some time. I could have radar 5 on it as well, so that's even better. $40,000, it's actually pretty inexpensive. And then I can use these lighter carriers to bulk out my 100 plus carriers until we get the super carrier. Okay, we'll definitely think about it. It's definitely a viable option. So let's save. Burn, and it's you know what I think about this. It's 5 ships, probably mostly destroyers. Make the agent a national hero, a spy in France. New fighters. No, it better be better. No, this one can go quite fast, quite far. It's much better than the others. It has excellent maneuverability, excellent firepower. It's not very tough though. But I think the combat speed and especially the range, and it's the range that we are truly after here. This is not really an upgrade, so let's go with the Mitsubishi. Yes, absolutely, let's do that. And it's range, and range again for the naval patrol aircraft, that is the most important. So lots of reduction here. But France stays strong. Like the Ministry of Magic, they stand strong until they don't. Okay, we have it designed. I'm not gonna build it right away. They're burning money like crazy here, but you can see lots of stuff almost ready, so that's fine. Yeah, I can't be bothered with that at the moment. Good, good, good. Actually, 3 12,000-ton cruisers are finished in the same turn. 11. Yes, finally. Now all our relevant AA is even more effective. An even better torpedo bomber. And it has more speed, slightly more range. And that's it really. We still don't know what kind of reliability it has. Hope it's pretty good, at least average. It's our stable save. And suddenly we are not burning the midnight oil here. So most of the rebuilds are done. Let's consider some rebuilds for these. So we can not easily get them to 33 knots, but we can if we absolutely want to. But that's really pushing the... This does not help. Quite the contrary. So it seems that the realistic thing is to go speed 32. And then what is the verdict on these guys? Can we... Okay, yeah. We can rebuild the old ones to 32. That's the realistic. Now, if we look at these, the oldest one, how much would that cost us? I'm aware that they are a little, shall we say, lightly armored, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. 3-inch guns. They could have 3-inch guns. That would come 4. That gives even more directors. So we have some options here. Spacious and... Okay, we don't have that many options. I can... These tubes, they are not really... ASV mortars. No, radar 4. I think radar 5 will be too much for them, to be honest. Electro-optical director. This is actually fine. Actually more of a scout, kind of. Is that an option? That was definitely not an option. Nah, I think I prefer to have just AA guns. I want this AI gun on the wing here. Now let's go with that and accept that we are stupid. That's not too shabby, actually. And these will serve until they're no longer useful, so to speak. So can we actually make these guys work as well? We don't have a lot to go on here, but I think we could do not need a director. Auto-loaded 3-inch guns. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's 9. This looks not too bad. Doesn't have to have ASV mortars. We have destroyers for that. 3 tons left, and I get. Yeah, what? Fine. Fine. I'm gonna say that a lot in this episode. Fine. Yeah. Speaking of which, change role. Right. Change role. Yet. Now this uses up double space, so this uses up 18, but since we are understaffed anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, the wetter. Oh, this dropped all the way down to fair. That's unfair. No, but okay. Yeah, we had to transition there. And cock. I also realized I absolutely have to have look at the bolt. Which I forgot when we were looking at it last time, and I think I could fit a couple. And they need to be dual purpose and have 250. Pew, and we can do this. But when I add more turrets, Bonsons. Sponsons. Yeah, we are clearly over, so 28. 28 of each, okay. Radar 4, I think that's enough. It's not really important for it to have it had catapult, good spot, deck edge lift. I mean, it costs a bit, but really not that much. So Normal diesels with 31 knots of speed, very poorly protected, of course, but oh. Electro-optical weighs too much, though. Let's do this then. Okay. Shorter range and lower firepower than our next one. There's subs. Electronic bomb sight for better glide and high level bombing. China. Strongest note possible. China wants to. Yes, yes. China. I'm not exactly sure how it benefits our industry. Go to the build screen. Okay. No, let's wait a few more months, perhaps. They are building too much now. Great fun rebuilding too. And you have something useful to rebuild into, and you know, oh, we have commissioned a sub. How great. Maximum publicity for the French spy. We stole from the US. Wow. ASV torpedoes. And like that. Improves LAA and MAA. I hope we can get that night fighter now. Private dive bomber. That is just our. Oh, it's just not competitive in terms of range. It has a little extra bomb, but no. 1.4. We are ahead of the US still. No, they are becoming obsolete. I rebuilt it in 34. I was so proud of these ships when I had rebuilt them. Haiti. Excellent. You know you want this war, France. Build ship. Now, Hosho, pick Hosho. Are we running out of carrier names? That would be embarrassing. Approved director. Yeah, I will eventually get around to this 1100 tonner, but they are pretty much the least important of all my ships. They are not worthless, but they are not very valuable. This certainly France. Forced lubrication uses torpedo mount weight. But if we do this, oh, have they fixed it? Did it actually help, or is it forced lubrication that helps? Could be that actually. What can we squeeze out of this one? We can have mines. We can have more AA. We could have more ammunition. Actually, nice. Now we are very close to war with France, I would say, but I don't want to mobilize without having to. By all means, my Russian friends. It worthwhile this time around. 674. And torpedoes and missiles, absolutely, absolutely brilliant. Now, save. Okay, that was pretty good, pretty damn good. Yeah, this is clearly obsolete now. This will very soon be obsolete, but we can keep it light jet fighter, medium bomber. Obsolete, air patrol, torpedo bomber, C model. 45. Should we try for a new torpedo bomber that can actually carry 2 torpedoes? Or should we... I think the light jet fighter is actually pretty good for a starting light jet fighter. So the medium bomber is the anemic, I think. We could do that later. Right. It's the oldest one. But I think I will try a torpedo bomber with range and bomb load. Build ship. Pick. 83,000 in construction, huh? Oh, this is pod racing. And are my battle cruisers done in 3 turns? Okay, that's good. Oh, yeah. Good thing we didn't mobilize. So it says they are not strong and recent war. Yeah. Okay. We are closing in on the end of the year and things are, I think, quite good. Lucky guy from the destroyer division. Oh, it has no ship. Ah, funny. Yeah. These need to be assigned, of course, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Caribbean areas. Gas turbines, those are like 1960 or something, so I don't think we'll see them anytime soon. Electroboat, early, sir. Oh, those are also far in the future. Okay, we're nearly there. Have more rebuilds incoming, so it's nothing actually happened, and we are doing everything we can. We can just push this little button. Good, good, good. Oh, more tech. Oh, improved. How improved? A little bit of speed, a little bit of range. That's a little bit of range. And more toughness. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not gonna complain. I think it was pretty good to start with, so can't really complain. So the Katsuragis are done, so that means the Ugis, but we are ghost. Should we even work them up? Yeah, we can. And for rebuild, these are more interesting because they have more guns, so I'm pretty anxious to see if I can actually make this work. And yeah, it looks like we can make it work, but it needs the la radar. And all the ammo and yeah, real AA guns. Costing a pretty penny, but this is a pretty potent chip. Yeah, 50, but I like it. A lot of incompetence and below averages, but hardly any that are decent. Music lover? Okay, whatever. I just wanted to get that out of the way before I forget it. I realize it's January, so we will definitely not hit the turn button. But I think everything is more or less going according to plan, and we have almost 500,000 tons of new builds going, and that's actually the most interesting for me, because we had a long lull of no new builds, but very soon we will have 2 battle cruisers and 2 heavy cruisers, and even the second batch is only about a year and a half out, and we have started on these pretty good carriers. And once these are rebuilt, we will start on the next pair of rebuilds. And once these light cruisers come out of rebuild, we will start the next batches of light cruisers. And somehow we will find room for the small destroyers as well. These guys, however, they will just, yeah, these are not real ships, and these have turned into more of a colonial cruiser reaction force. They are also on their way out. Sad to say, but yeah. So the world future belongs to anything with 16 and above inch guns. That does indeed conclude episode 81. That fit very nicely. 1 year of peace, one episode. Our peacetime budget is up to a staggering 1.5 million, and that is quite extreme. The US has finally decided we can look at that next turn as well, but they have finally figured out that they have way bigger base resources than me and should be ahead of me. So the game have given them a little bump, so they are up to 1,650. But for most of the year, they were actually behind. So that's kind of cool. And the resource situation is now 69,000 for me and 77.5 for them. So in absolute terms, the gap is widening ever so slightly, but in percentages, it's the same. It's because we have the same percentage of growth at the moment, I guess. They should be growing a little faster, but maybe not as much as I imagine. New builds, excellent. Refits, excellent. Strategic position, excellent. Brinkmanship, excellent, because we keep pushing up. But the game keeps pushing down instead of giving us a surprise unwanted war. So, famous last words, but this couldn't really be much better. Going so well, I'm considering hitting the dock size button and building those fast battleships at 90k. But maybe if I take a few minutes to think about it, I won't. But anyway, thanks for watching and see you again in the next one.